So this is the desktop of an iPad. We have at the bottom a taskbar of the shortcuts, and then above, in what is the equivalent of a PC or Mac, the desktop area. If we swipe the screen from left to right, it moves over and we get items like our calendar, other app information, top stories from the news, weather if we've got it turned on, and literally things you can see there. Now if we swipe it in the other direction, it gives us pages which shows other apps that I actually have on this iPad. Apps are personal, it's entirely enough on what you actually want to have. Now if you want to add an app, then you go into the App Store and then search for what you actually want to put in. So it's just a question of tapping the search at the bottom, and then if we want to say photo, let's see what it has, and then it will come up with some photo apps. If it says open, then that means you've actually got that already on your iPad, and then others are available. You name it, there's photo apps to enable you to do almost whatever you want to do. If I click on the updates, then this shows what I've actually got installed on the iPad and whether or not it's in need of updates or not. There's a whole mass of different ones. Click on here for the games, which will go down very well with the grandkids, and there's a whole mass of games of all types and sizes that you can have, including the ubiquitous Minecraft, as you can see there, which is not on this iPad, I hasten to add. And so at the bottom here, left to right, we've got Safari, which is the internet browser. The next one, which looks like a couple of musical notes, is iTunes. It gives us access to the music that we've actually got. The one next to it, which looks like an open book, is literally iBooks. It's the electronic book reader. The next one that looks like a pen is Word. It's equivalent of Word. It's called Pages. Next to that, the one that looks like this bar chart is a spreadsheet, and then the one that looks like a presentation is literally, that's Keynote, which is the presenter software. You see there's a very faint line, and the apps on the other side of it vary depending on which ones you most recently used. Now when you start an iPad for the first time, it will go through a setup routine of which you'll need to have a pen, some paper to make a few notes, a credit card so that you can register with the iPad or the Apple App Store so you can buy the apps that you need. There are some of them that are free. What you can see down at the bottom here are free apps, so you get Pages, iBooks, Notes, spreadsheet, and the presenter, which is called Keynote. They're all free. You don't have to pay for them, as you don't have to pay for any of them that you see on this particular screen. And the other important thing to have during the setup is your Wi-Fi access name of the Wi-Fi system that you have at home and your access code. Without those you can't set it up. And how you set it up is by going into this settings, which you can see here, which just happens to be at the bottom as well. So if I tap on that, scroll up, we get the Wi-Fi. So as you can see, that's what we've got here. If I just turn mine off, so I'm not connected to my Wi-Fi system at home, if I turn it on, it will then hunt for networks. It's found them, and it's connected us to my home system automatically. It will list networks here that you're not connected to. So this is what you use when you go to into town, or you're out and about and you want to connect up to a local Wi-Fi system. You just turn it on, go into the settings, and you will get a list where it says choose a network of available networks. You'll need to either register with that location when you select that Wi-Fi as the one you want to connect to, and follow the procedures that is displayed on screen, and then each time you go to that location it should automatically log you in. This is where the paper and pencil comes to. If you don't have a paper and pencil, you can use the Pages app and create a app, also create a document where you can record the location of the Wi-Fi system, the username and your password that you use, just in case the system has been updated, in which case sometimes it loses your username and password, in which case you can just copy and paste those to rejoin the network. It's literally as simple as that. Notice this personal hotspots is picking up my phone. Your iPhone, your Android phone has the capabilities of being set up to operate as a local Wi-Fi hotspot. So what that means is I can use this iPad or your iPad to connect to your phone, the Wi-Fi hotspot on there, and hence you can use your phone just purely as a Wi-Fi router. So you'll have a bigger screen. Sometimes it's easier to do that than to mess around trying to access the internet on a very small mobile phone screen. Other things on here are different aspects of the general. You can set up your preferences of what you want to do. You can set up the display brightness. Siri is a speech recognition system, so you can have that activated with whichever pieces of software you've got there, if you want that. One very useful feature is accounts and passwords. So if you click on there, it will come up with a splash screen, and which I'm not going to do that and at the moment. I'll tell you about it. So you enter the code number that you have for unlocking your iPad, and you will get a whole list of websites, and with each of the websites is the username and the password that you have for that particular website. It's a very useful feature to have, but that said, you can lose them if you do a cache clear out or when the system is updated. So hence it's always best to keep a note of your username and passwords for the sites that you actually use, just as it is for the Wi-Fi systems. And then so you've got the preferences here for each of the apps that you actually have: music, TV, photos, etc. So there's far too many to go into in this short video. So that's giving you a flavour of what to do.